Hey, Miss Beverly, these are the ingredients for the cornbread dressing in their raw, whole state. I'm going to prep them up and I'll be back to show you what to do with them. These are the prepped up ingredients for the cornbread dressing. These are the ingredients for the cornbread. We have flour, I have some dried thyme, cornmeal, sugar, baking powder, and celery salt. I'm using gram flour. It's also called besan. It's a Middle Eastern flour. I'm using yellow cornmeal, just to be different and have a little bit more nutrition. Our liquid ingredients are half and half with some sour cream in it, fermented for a little while, so it's going to be kind of thick. So let me whisk these together. You don't have to sift, you're just whisking. And your ratio, I've got, the flour was 1.25 cups. The cornmeal was 1.75 cups. So you want your ratio of flour to cornmeal to be about 40-60. This is the liquid. Don't know if I'm going to need it all. Let me start. Oh yeah, I'm going to need all that. And maybe just a little more half and half to thin it down. But we'll see. Oh, pretty good, pretty good. You just want to really bring this together. Oh, that worked out well. Make sure you get all the flour and cornmeal out the corners of the bowl. Now, I have my cast iron skillet over here that I'm using. Whatever pan you're going to make the cornbread in, put it in the oven first and put your butter or margarine or oil in it to let that brown and also coat the skillet. So I'm pouring the brown butter in. I'm leaving some in to create a wonderful golden crust on top of the cornbread. And this goes in. Get it all together as best you can. And now I am going to put it in the skillet. Skillet's hot, so don't forget that. Scrape down and get as much in as you can. I'm doing it backwards so I won't be able to clear it very good so you can see what I'm doing. And now this is going to go in the oven 425 for a good 20-25 minutes. You'll know when it's done when you touch the center and it's burned. While that's baking, I'm going to come back to here and come back in a moment because I'm going to saute these off for the dressing filling. Well, after that, let's stick it to you. So I'm sauteing off the veggies. I'm starting with the carrots. Most people don't put carrots in there because, you know, they don't do it. Normally what you're going to have is onion, celery, bell pepper, garlic. I'm letting the carrots cook a little bit first because they're harder and it's going to take a little longer. And while they're cooking, I'm going to season them just a little bit. I've got a little granulated garlic. And on this, I'm going to put fresh ground black pepper. You can use any kind of pepper you want. Okay. Those have started off. The next is going to be the onion. Really, all of it. Let's put that stuff in there. Don't be bothered being cute. Put it all in there. You want to mix it a little bit and let that cook down. It's going to take a while. You'll know when your onions are translucent. That's when it's time. I'm going to add the other seasoning that I want to go in this, which is some more dried thyme. The sage for the cornbread dressing actually comes in making the dressing part. But every part of what you cook, you should season as you go along. That's what makes sure all of the flavors blossom. But you're just sauteing this off, until it cooks down. And the next step, we'll get to that when we get to that. You want to see a little bit of caramelization on here, meaning the vegetables turning brown, looking like, they want to be black or something. These are the brown bits that I'm talking about, the caramelization. You see how it looks like it's a little burnt? That's what you're going for. That's when you start releasing the flavor that's contained within the vegetables and also the water. Veggies are full of water. So this is almost ready, but I wanted to show you how you want it to look like. A little brown all around. Okay. Okay, this is the cornbread done. I've already opened it up because I'm going to, cut it up, crumble it up. But you see how brown it is on the top? We're taking it over here and we're putting it in the mixing bowl. It's still rather warm. You want it warm, somewhat warm. It may not have to be this warm, but you want it somewhat warm because we're going to melt butter in it to enhance the flavor. And you just start mixing what are really called aromatics. In Louisiana cooking, onions, bell pepper, and celery are called the Holy Trinity, and they're putting everything. I just added carrots because we like a lot of veggies in our stuff. So you're going to mix this in. I'm going to get in here with my fingers in a moment, but I'm trying to break it down. Let me go get the butter because the butter's going to go in. I'm going to start with that piece. Now, you do not have to add butter like this. This is where I'm going to my grandmother's recipe. She put a lot of butter in it to keep it rich. She put a lot of sauteed vegetables in it to keep it moist, because the vegetables hold on to their moisture, and dressing can get dry after it's baked for a while if you don't make sure you got enough moisture in it. So we're going to mix this around. I'm about to get ready with my hands. Let me go wash them so people will know I washed them so you can hear me. Can you hear the water? All right. I'm really washing them. I'll be back. I don't want you to, she didn't wash her hands. Yes, I did. See, I'm drying them off. Now, was that too high? I'm drying them off. All right, I'm getting in here with my fingers. Woo! It's hot. Hot. And you're going to mix that all in. Now, it may be a little bit too hot for the next two steps, but I'm going to move forward. Let this butter melt. So as you can see, you can start seeing the veggies and stuff. And as my grandmama said, the more veggies, the moisture your cornbread dressing is going to stay. As the vegetables continue to cook inside the dressing, they're going to release more of the moisture that is one of their natural attributes. I cut my veggies kind of nice size because I like a veggie crunch. I like to know I'm eating a veggie. You can cut your vegetables down as large or as small as you want to. Fixing to add chicken stock. That's 3 ladles. I think the ladles are like a half cup. Let that, ooh, now you can start feeling the squishy. Alright. You also have to season again. Make sure all the seasonings are in it. And I know you're wondering when the sage gonna come in. It is. Just a moment. Gonna add eggs. I'm making a rather large batch because I'm gonna put some in the freezer for later. So, depending on the size of your batch, depends on the number of eggs you're gonna put in it. Okay, that was 3. I got 2 more to go. I think they're gonna get on in here anyway. Yep, because it should be just a little moisture. I'm putting those 2 in. Ooh. Oh, ookie cookie. It's going to be good. Guarantee you that. Want to be able to feel the moisture in it. Not wet and soupy. Now, let me take that back. Some people like a wet dressing. And when I say a wet dressing, I mean it comes out even once it's done. It's a little soupy. I don't like mine like that, but that's personal preference. So let me wash my hands again so I can put the sage in. See, I washed. I'm drying. I don't want to hear no mess. Because y'all sure like to look for what's wrong instead of appreciating just what's there. So anyway, this is my sage. I grew it. And I dried it out. Now you're going to have that other sage. Here's the trick. With your sage, you want to put enough in so that you smell it when you mix it up the final time. You don't want to overpower because sage is powerful and it will overpower. But you want to be able to smell the sage. I could use the stems too, but I'm just going to use the leaves, crinkle them up. Blah, blah, blah. Woo! That's why it's smelling good sound. Okay, let me do that. Now I'm going to get a spoon. So y'all can see I'm not a complete heathen. Although I play one on TV. Well, you know, sometimes. No, we need some more sage. I can't smell nothing. And maybe another egg or 2. Yep, more sage. So, Beverly, this is in memoriam to your mother, Mercedes. She's kicking both of us in the bootay, making sure that we get a certain job done, which is everyone else will know later. But this is a tribute to Mama Mercedes. All right. All right. Yep. I'm putting 2 more eggs in. I gotta get them out the refrigerator. Hold on. I'm still here. Here they are. And I'm back. The more eggs you use, the richer it will be. The more stock you use, the more, what can I say? It won't be as rich. We'll say that. Okay, it's still going to be good, but it won't be as rich. And that's where the butter comes into. So I'm going to check my nose with my sage one more time. Still not enough. All right, fresh sage. Don't trick me. Okay, I'm going to get, where's my big piece? Oh, I guess that's it then. All right, sage, this is it. Gonna add just a little bit more stock. Just a little bit more stock. Once again, how much stock and how much eggs you put in is up to you. How does your family like their final product? Alright, I'm fixing to put it in the pans. Oh, I didn't season. This is a little granulated garlic. No more salt. And fresh ground black pepper. Alright, this is feeling right. Okay. One more. I'm through. I mean, putting stock in. Put those eggs out the way. As I said, I'm making a lot because this is going in the freezer. It's just me and my hubby, the cameraman, Clarence, who, you know, live in this humble abode, so ain't no need in wasting. And I don't like cooking every day, even though I like cooking. So I like going to my freezer and pulling stuff out that I done cooked before that I already know is good. Ain't got to spend no money on it. And we can still eat well. So I hope you get what you came for, what I offered you, Miss Beverly, in doing this. If anyone else watches, I hope you enjoy it too. Remember, I cook from my heart, so a lot of direct, how many cups, how many not cups, I'm not very good at. But you can go to any cornbread recipe on Google, find the one you like. Some have a lot of sugar in it because y'all like Jiffy Mix. But those who don't like that much sugar, there are other recipes that have less sugar. They're universal. Get one of those offline, and that's your cornbread. The other part is strictly me and my grandmama in homage to Mama Mercedes. Ashe, Mama Mercedes. We love you. Here you go, Bev. Oh yeah, 350 degree oven, 20 to 25 minutes. Solid.